Hi, in this video we're going to review all the different ways you may be asked to graph linear equations. This is a great video for you if you are reviewing for a big exam. And it's also great for teachers. This is a great review activity, and if you'd like to get the handout that goes with this, I'll leave a link up here in the corner and one down in the description. All right, let's get started. The easiest way to graph a line is if you're given 2 points. So here we have -2, -4, and 3, 5, way up here. And then you draw the line that goes through them. Simple, right? That's the very basic introductory graphing. Let's move on. What if they give you a point and a slope? How do you do that? Start by graphing the point, which is -3, -4. And the slope means rise over run. So we're going to go up 1 unit, over 2 units. And then you have the second point. Once you have 2 points, you can graph that line. Graph the line that has a y-intercept of 5 and a slope of -3. You have to understand what y-intercept means. Y-intercept is where the line is going to cross the y-axis, the one that's in the middle going up and down. If that point is at 5, you put a point there. The coordinates for that point are 0, 5. Now the slope of -3 means -3 over 1. That means we're going to go down 3 and over 1, and we find our second point. Draw the line. Graph the line that has an x-intercept of 2 and a y-intercept of -2. The language is a little intimidating, but the process is really easy. The x-intercept is crossing the x-axis, and it's at +2, so I am going to put a point on that +2 on that line. The coordinates for that point are 2, 0. The y-intercept is -2, so go over to the y, down to the -2, place your point there, and the coordinates of that point, if you're asked for it, are x equals 0, y equals -2. And once you have 2 points, you can draw a line. One of the most common ways you're going to be asked to draw an equation on a graph is using the slope-intercept form of the equation. This is the y equals mx plus b situation, where the 3 is the y-intercept and the 1/2 is the slope. And it's like the other problem where when we had a point and a slope, now we use the slope. We're going to go up 1 unit over 2 units. Up 1 over 2. And once you have your 2 points, you can draw your line. Very easy to graph when it's in slope-intercept form. But this one is in standard form. There's 2 ways to do this one. I'll show you both. There's going to be one that you like better than the other, so I want you to see both. Finding the x and the y-intercepts when in standard form. Sometimes that's easy, sometimes it's not. What I would do to find the x-intercept is I would tell my students you have to make the y equal to 0. And in class, I would actually just put my thumb over this and tell them if the y weren't there, what would x equal? And then x would equal -4. Now to write that out, if y equals 0, then x minus 2 times 0 equals -4, and that just works out to be x equals -4. So your x-intercept is -4, and that would be right here. We need 2 points to graph. Right now we only have 1, so let's find the other intercept, the y-intercept. If x equals 0, that goes away then. You'd end up with -2y equals -4. Simplifying that, -2y equals -4. Divide both sides by -2, and you end up with y equals +2. So our y-intercept is here, and then we can draw the line. Now, the other way to do that would be to put this equation that's in standard form into slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, which means you need to solve for y. So let's subtract x from both sides first. And you end up with -2y equals -x minus 4. -4 minus 4x would be correct too, but I'm putting it in slope-intercept form and the x part comes first. Now divide everything by -2. And yeah, I didn't make it easy on this one, but you need to see what happens here. All right, this negative in front of the x is really a -1. So when I simplify this, it's going to end up being 1/2. Negative divided by a negative is positive, and then you end up with 1 over 2. So it's 1/2 x plus 2. We're going to get the same answer on the graph, it's just we're going at it a different way. The y-intercept is 2, which it was before, And now our slope is 1/2. We're going to go up 1 over 2, and we get another dot. Draw the line. And when you draw that line, you can see that your x-intercept is -4. So it's the same line, we're just using a different way to get it. Now, you could also be given an equation in any form. You could look for the intercepts, or you could put it into slope-intercept form, which is what I am going to do. So first thing I'm going to do is add the 4y to both sides, and then I'm going to divide everything by 4. And I end up with y equals 6/4 x minus 1, and 6/4 can be reduced to 3/2. All right, -1 is my y-intercept. My slope is 3/2. I'm going to go up 3 over 2 and draw the line. I hope this helps you see the big picture with graphing linear equations. The next video is going to be all the different ways you can write an equation. I'll link that here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.